It's a beautiful Thursday evening around 18:20. We're just getting started. We got long stories. We got a lot to talk about. We got a wild weekend. And I'll just let everybody get on here for a minute before we get started. If anybody does get on, usually we have 10, 15 people watch. But, woo, what a story! The shenanigans I get myself into. Alright, so here we go. Hit that subscribe and like button. Anyway, let's get this started. Alright. Saturday, we go to Current River. Van Buren, Missouri, the landing. Beautiful spot. We rent our tubes. 4 of us floating. Me, my girlfriend, my buddy Melvo, and my buddy Chris. So we're floating, and well, a couple of people can't swim. Melvo jumps off his tube in some swift, shallower water, and it starts sweeping his feet. So when he yells, I have my phone tied off to the float, so I jump off the float to get to him and help him. So I grab him and get him up, but as I jumped out my float, I felt my phone come off of a string that I had it tied to. So my phone went in the river. Ultra 22 went in the river. About 15 minutes into it. So we look for it. A guy takes me back up river in a John boat. You know, I'm looking for it. I can't find it. I got a lot of pictures, videos on there, a lot of footage. I was worried about losing pictures of my mom and stuff like that, recent ones that I had. So anyway, I didn't let that stop me. What I do, we some troopers. We tie back off and we float. We start floating again. So we're floating along and we kind of get some more separation into us. And here's where the crazy shit happens. Well, the second crazy shenanigans. We're floating, and I hear somebody say, put your ass on his head. Now, I turn around. I don't know these folks, and they come floating up in their inner tube. These 3 girls and 2 guys. And I'm like, what? Turn around. And next thing you know, these girls got their titties out. And this girl starts squirting titty milk at me. Out of the raft, squirting titty milk like a water gun at me and squirting it all over the bus or all over their float. The 2 guys are laying there like laughing. The 3 girls are standing up and one squirting titty milk everywhere. Now, I've seen a lot, done a lot, been involved in a lot, you know, throughout my life. And I was speechless. I've never seen somebody squirt titty milk floating down Current River. Somebody I don't know just floating, squirting titty milk everywhere. And I was like, you know, your first thing is, did I really just see that? No, I didn't see that. Maybe she had water guns. You know, I've been a lot of places flashing. That's no big deal. I mean, we've all seen that. But I was like, did she have water guns in her hand? Was I missing like 2 little squirt guns? Like she was squirt water because I'm floating in a inner tube, right? And they're up on a raft, so they're a little higher than me, and I'm floating down in my inner tube, so only my head is kind of sticking up. So I got to look. So as I look up, you know, I'm seeing this, and I'm like, so they kind of float on, get ahead, and then another bunch float up, and they was like, did that girl squirt titty milk at you? And I was like, yep. I did see what I thought I seen, and I was like, I mean, my first thought was, I mean, I don't know much about titty milk, but I mean, I was like, why did she have titty milk floating down the river like that? Did she just have a kid or something? Or was she pregnant and like decided to go down there and squirt her milk at random folks? Come to find out, I guess I wasn't the only one. They were up and down that river shooting shooting titty milk like it was a squirt gun. I mean, people, I've seen it. I mean, if you've seen something like that, hey, no, I don't know these folks, and they floated on down, but my first experience at titty milk squirted on me, or at me, floating down Current River. Okay, so anyway, I've lost my phone, got titty milk squirted at me. Um, so we go on float, have a great time, get off the river. Right. And we come back. Uh, Beautiful day to float. It was probably like 80 degrees. So, Memorial Day, we're cooking out. I'm old. By the time I get off the river, I'm sore. My feet's all fucked up, bruised, cut up. Like, and that plays into this next story coming. So I'm barely walking anyway. So Sunday, I lay around, don't do nothing, don't have no phone. Monday, we're gonna grill out stuff. Memorial Day cookout and have some folks over. And I decided to go Jeep riding earlier that day. Me and my dog Jax. You know, anybody knows him. He's not a spring chicken anymore either. So here we go. We riding. We go riding down 252. We stop Sandbar, meet some people. I think they may have subscribed. If y'all watch it, give a thumbs up. I'm not gonna. We hang out down there, smoke one. So when I leave, I go back way and take this road called Bluff Road. Now we just had a storm, badass storm like Friday. So trees and shit was down. So I'm taking a back road, cruising back, ready to get home and eat. And there's a tree in the road. So I said, well, I can turn around and go around it. And here we go. As soon as I hit that, there's a log on the other side. I didn't see it. We bottom out. I start trying to move it. Mm-mm. So this is about 6. I don't know, around 6 something at night. 1800. So I have a leash. Put jacks on. I say, well, I try to, put stuff under tires, get it out. That didn't work. Tried to do all the 4-wheel drives, low drive. That didn't work. Put one of them. Tried to get the scissor jack from under the Jeep hood and couldn't get it loose because I was going to jack the front end up and then, get it off its frame and try to back it out. Well, I couldn't get the thing off, so I got pissed off. I had one bottle of water, so I said, well, Jax, come on. Let's go. So I put the leash on them and we take off. As soon as I get out, horseflies start fucking attacking me. Mosquitoes. Because it's already, on a back road in the woods. And I'm like, okay, well, we're going. And I don't know exactly how long of a walk this is at first. So it's getting darker and me and Jax is going. And you ever realize how fucking creepy it is walking through some woods on a dark road like you see in a fucking movie that somebody like would get murdered on? Like the perfect road, like for like a crime. Like, so this is all going through my head too. I'm like, let's not freak myself out. I'm like, wouldn't that be some shit we go on like first 48 and they say, he went riding in the Jeep on Memorial Day and was found bottomed out and him and his dog took off walking. Was never seen again. Anyway, So we're walking. And then all of a sudden I realized the farther we get, there's more trees over the roads. So then I'm like, well, we got to climb over these trees. There's no way out. Nobody's coming down this road. This is probably about an hour after walking hilly ass roads. And like I said, I can't hardly walk anyway. My feet's sore, beat up from Current River. So anyway, we still walking. Mosquitoes tearing my ass up. Horse flies. I got one little bottle of water, so we just keep going. And me and Jax, we start getting real tired. And I'm like, Jax, you got to get a little water, buddy. So he found some water on the side. I had one little bottle of water, and I was trying to sip it as I walked. And we're both in bad shape. He's panting. I'm panting. I'm having to stop and try bend over and try to catch my breath and all that. And it's dark, still dark, scary sounds in the woods. So we keep walking. Now I'm gonna not like keep going in detail. We ended up walking until we walked, I guess it would be about 6 hours on this back road. And I didn't see a car until probably the 5th hour. We had to wade water. I didn't know river was over the road. And we come to this one part, and we was probably 3.5 hours into the journey then. So it really wasn't no turning back at this point. So we waded through that river water. Shoes on. I had some Lucas on, and I said, and plus my feet was fucking hurting. So we waded through this water. It got up to about my knees. Jack's here, so I was watching him. He kind of led us the way. So we waded the water again, and then started walking down the road. And finally, we see a car, but of course nobody stops because this is a road that really nobody should have came from. And some dude is just randomly standing there with his dog, like that. The area. People are down there know the area that he had to walk for like, no telling, like, because there's no houses or nothing. It floods down there all the time. So probably pretty scary. And time I walked to the top of the hill, I started throwing up. I guess I was so dehydrated. I was just like, bleh! And Jax was sitting there, and I was like, bleh! And I was like, I don't have a phone because I lost my phone at Current River as well. So I'm throwing up just yellow flame. I guess that's what it's called, flame. Hold on, I gotta get cotton out. Throwing up, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. So a part of me just want to lay down in the road and just lay there for a little bit. But I kept on with the kept on. I kept going to that down that road, me and the dog, and we got to a little gas station. We got down with the get down, and as soon as we sat down, I laid down on that bench. I said, I can't go nowhere else. This is it. And Jax flopped down. I felt bad for him. I was worried about him. I kept telling him, I'm so sorry, bud. I know you're fat and out of shape like I am. And, we shouldn't be walking 100 fucking miles in 80-degree weather that barely can get around anyway. So, anyway, I made it to bed freezing. Took a shower. Jane, as soon as I sat down, Jane come through the four-way stop, and Jackson saw her before me, and he started going nuts, and she pulled in there, and she was like, what has been going on? Because she was worried, because I've been gone at this time for 9 hours without contacting anybody. So, worry too because, what if I wreck and I didn't have a phone? And I went to go get the vehicle the next day with my truck, and every road to get there was flooded. So it took it should have took 30 minutes to go down there and pull it out. It wasn't even bad, but I had to drive all the way around because I don't know the back area too much. So I had to drive all around just to find the damn vehicle to pull it back out. So we pull it out. I take it home and go back to bed. And then yesterday we got a phone finally, and then when I got my new phone and finally turned it on, the girl just handed it to me in the box. She was like 24 Ultra, or Ultra 24, however you ever pronounce it. I had the 22. I went with the 24, so I like it so far. But I ain't got to use it long because I didn't have insurance and didn't want to pay for all the phone at once. I had to do a ghost line and then add another phone. So when I turned this phone on, it had a completely different number than what my other number was that's hooked up to everything. I couldn't get in YouTube or nothing until today. Couldn't. So finally we're back, Jack. I missed a lot of y'all watched which we did it Thursday night, Friday night, me and Holly. We did the news that we was going to do the podcast. I know we got a lot of views on that, so make sure y'all go back and hit that up. We was going to do an episode Monday, our first episode, and I fucked that all up. I couldn't because I didn't have a phone, and I was just disgusted with myself. I even tied a damn string to the phone and still lost it. I'm the same guy that took the Active 4 to Current River with a condom blew up and tied to it. That way if I dropped it, it would float. So, shave my beard. Nah. I shave my head. What's up? Where you from, Random Videos? Hit that like button. Man, we've been getting a lot of views. View time shooting up. So, I appreciate that. So what's been going on? If anybody's seen Donald Trump was found guilty on all his hush money charges today. I don't know what. I really don't keep up with it because I'm not a politic kind of guy. I'm like, live your life, do what you want to do, have a good heart. If it, let a good person. Hold on, I'm looking for a lighter, guys. Sorry. Breaking news: Donald Trump found guilty of hush money scheme or hush money. He paid. What's her name? Stormy. Is it Stormy? So we're going to still launch that podcast. Back to that. I was trying to do an episode day, but I ain't. Maybe we'll get one in tomorrow. I got to do some shorts. I got some shorts doing really good. Trending. What else is going on in the world? NBA playoffs. Anybody got a favorite? NBA. I don't even really keep up with that. I don't really keep up with nothing. I keep up with my channel because we are taking over YouTube. we was going to take over TikTok, but the only video that really took off for me, I felt pretty good about it. It had 106,000 views. What was it? 10,000 shares within like 10 hours, and they banned it. They fucking banned it. I said, wow. I said, TikTok. Man, TikTok ain't worth a TikTok. So what else? Maybe I'll come back on live. I'm gonna cut it short. I just wanted to give a quick update on the wild shenanigans. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. We're over 2,200 River Rat family members. Sometimes I just get on here random. But in my defense, if you read it, it does say randomness. So I'll talk about anything. I don't care. I saw where Notorious B.I.G.'s mom spoke out against Diddy and said that she would slap him in the face if she could, the way he beat what's that singer's name? Sad. He beat her. If anybody watched that video, he come around the corner in a towel and she was running, go try, and he swung on her, knocked her out, looked like, kicked her, grabbed her, pulled her back, put her back in there in the room. Sad. Somebody do somebody like that against their own will. I'm all cut up. I got this infection in my palm. I done cut it once and pus started shooting out there. Old pus. I think we're gonna hit up about 25 minutes and get off here. I need to make a couple of shorts. Keep my time up. Hell, I might go live again. See if Holly wants to go live. We'll get on here and talk about something. Find somebody. If somebody wants to go live with me, hit me up. I'm wanting to interview somebody. I mean, randomly. We still doing all the other stuff, but we got to get the Xbox hooked up too, and I'm gonna start doing maybe some streaming, some that Farming Simulator. I guess got to get that going. It's just hectic time sometimes, but we're getting through the storm. I appreciate y'all watching, and we're gonna get off here. So, quick recap of what happened if you're just now tuning in. Went to Van Buren, Missouri Saturday. I lost my phone in the river, floated down. Somebody squirted titty milk at me that I don't know on a raft. Then I kept floating, got off the river, feet was fucked up. Got all the way back home, slept, went riding the next day, Memorial Day, was going to do a cookout. Got stuck that night and walked about 6 hours through trees, through dark, scary woods, through flooded water. We couldn't even see the bottom because it started getting dark. And I just held on to him. Well, anyway, we walked, feet was sore, so we finally got there and got picked up. Jane picked us up at the four-way stop. Right before that, I was at the top of the hill throwing up. So, golly. Look at his tan before I go. Had my watch. My watch tan. Golly. Well, peace. Hey, as always, we're cutting up. Y'all go back, watch. I'm about to drop some shorts. And y'all hit that like button, share. We're at 2,200. We're at 1.1 million views total. So we're doing something right. So as always, thanks for your support. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button.